Hello and welcome back. Recently, I traveled from Denver to San Diego for Christmas. So I figured I'll record this flight. So I took my Foreflight and Sentry Plus with me. It was a Frontier flight, flight number F94927. But Foreflight did not find the flight plan for it. I don't know why. But so I opened Flight Radar and then searched for the same flight F94927. And when you go to the details, when I went to the details of this flight, I saw that the call sign is mentioned as FFT4927. So the Frontier flight is both F94927 and FFT4927. I don't know why that is the case. If you know, just let me know in the comments. But when I used this number, FFT4927, Foreflight was able to pull up the IFR flight plan for this one. So scroll down and yeah. And it was able to load the flight plan in the map, on the map. So you can see the whole flight plan here with all the fixes, approach, departure, and all that. I wanted some more information about the aircraft itself. So if you go to Flight Radar and click Aircraft Info, that takes you to the screen with more information. So for example, you can see the aircraft tail number N324FR on top, and then the aircraft type Airbus A320-251N. And I also make note of the serial number 07967. I don't know what it's used for yet. I'll figure it out someday. But I do make note of that. And then I went to Foreflight and then created a new aircraft there with the information from that screen. So tail number N324FR, the serial number there, and then the call sign that we have from the previous screen, FFT4927. And then under aircraft type, if you search for A320 and scroll down, you'll see 251N at the bottom. Go ahead and select that, and the aircraft is set. So now create a performance profile. This is probably used for calculating the arrival time and fuel consumption and all that. I haven't actually used this feature in Foreflight, but when I take these commercial airliners, I do try to learn about the aircraft type as much as I can, and then I put it in Foreflight. Pulling up the performance chart here, so you can see the cruise true airspeed is 450 knots TAS, and then I make a note of the climb indicated airspeed as well, 290 knots here, and same for, let's see, descent 290 knots, initial climb 175 knots. So I take the climb 290 and then the cruise because that's what is required in Foreflight. So I'll take these numbers and put them into Foreflight, the performance profile. Now I don't have the cruise fuel per hour, and this graph here doesn't have that number, so we'll need to find it somewhere else. Okay, so there you see about 400 to 450 gallons per hour, and I'll take the 450 number and put it back in Foreflight. Let's go ahead and rename the profile to something easier to remember. If you click the briefcase icon under the flight plan, it brings up, I think, the flight bag. So here you can download the weather for the route, the fuel prices, NOTAMs, charts and all that. If I was flying general aviation aircraft, I would probably need all of this. For a commercial airliner, I don't, but I still go ahead and download the things anyway while waiting to set up the rest of Foreflight. After setting up Foreflight, I switched on my Sentry Plus, but Sentry Plus did not have GPS signal, so I walked close to the glass wall panel, just hoping it would catch some GPS satellite signals there, but unfortunately it was still red, so I just decided to try again once I was in the aircraft. Once inside the aircraft, I was relieved to say that Sentry Plus did manage to acquire the GPS signals. So I stuck it to the side of the window using the mount that comes with it when you buy it, and I was ready to start tracking the flight. Flying over the Rocky Mountains is a fantastic experience, and I was treated to some amazing views from the window. Couldn't help taking a lot of pictures and videos. The other thing about flying with Sentry and Foreflight is that you know what aircrafts are in the vicinity. So for example, I saw one here which was about 3000 feet above us and passing to the right, and look out the window and there it is. As the aircraft got closer to San Diego, I started looking out for prominent landmarks, for example, Sweetwater Reservoir, and then there it is outside the window. This is another way of familiarizing myself with the airspace and the landmarks in this area, because who knows, one day I might be flying the aircraft myself here, a general aviation aircraft. I can dream, doesn't cost money. You can see the complete flight in the Foreflight flight log. The blue line is altitude and green line is speed. So there it is, Denver to San Diego.